Hello everybody, it's Rhonda. Welcome to my channel. I am here with a little short video of what's been happening in my yard. So there's some yarrow and I never can pronounce it right. That the little yellow rose and I need to come and deadhead some of that. Black eyed Susan have started blooming. This is that little flower bed I made. There is some delphinium, the Gara. This is a foxglove, and I just planted it a few days ago, so I got to work on that. The butterfly bush is doing good, and there's some dill, and this bachelor button, it just keeps falling over. Down here is another plant. It came from Home Depot, and we're going to see what happens with it. There's a little bit of phlox, and I just planted this sedum. So this little area here, I am waiting to see what happens, and a lot of this will probably be moved because they all spread, and I just put them here to get them in the ground for the time being. So everything else that was already in here, I did cut this salvia back, some periwinkles and lobila down there. And the bugs are just crazy. It's early morning. That little sweet William trying to take off because this piece over here is doing real good. Some yarrow, lamb's ear, and this is a piece that I just planted. Um, the little rose bush is doing good. So that's that little area right in here. And right here, we are planting grass because a water line was dug right through here in my yard. So we got that load of dirt over there to spread out and see can I get some grass back in here. So I am gonna walk you right here. There is a little squash hanging over in here. There's still squash that are blooming. There's one right there. And then over here, this has finally started blooming, and I have to get my little card because I know there are some ranunculus in here, but I forget what that one was. So right in here, more grass being planted, salvia and some marigolds down in there, and there happens to be a pepper in here. So I did water this morning, but it did not reach here, so I need to put some water right there. Um, the little herb pot is doing pretty good. There's parsley, and then there's oregano and a little bit of basil. And this cherry tomato plant was planted with seeds. So it ended up shooting out 3 stems of the cherry tomatoes, and it is full. Over here, the little squash plants. Um, I wanted to get a the picture of this sunflower before all the little petals fell off, but as you can see, it's about to leave us. Um, there's a cucumber there, one right there, one here, and I pick cucumbers just about every other day. Um, there's another squash, and there's one down in there. I did a lot of planting in pots. I don't know will I do that next year because these were the stacking pots and they did not or either I probably didn't put the kind of things I needed to, so I probably won't do that next year. But there's my little strawberry plate. And this strawberry plant, there are a few little strawberries on there this morning. Another little cherry tomato, and there is another one. I don't know what that one is. Um, my little bird house over here. There's some parsley in this pot, and these were started with seeds that alyssum started with seeds. There is creeping Jenny, some more pots, and this little baby breath finally bloomed. These are potatoes over here, my little down on the farm area. And you know, this is the sign that I painted. And I have put some creeping Jenny up in here, and hopefully it takes off. Nasturtiums are still blooming. These are my tomatoes. And they're still coming. There's a little one up there. So that pot, this one, and these tomatoes are like, there, there are three down in here. And these were supposed to be the, I think, Better Boy. And I'm going to give them a few more days, the red ones, and see what happens with them. Will they get a little bigger or what? But this tool is tied holding this branch. There is a tomato little cage back there, but we had hard rain for like 6 days, and it kind of broke that limb, so I'm just trying to keep it up. Hopefully it'll still bloom. Um, there's a squash down here, and I think this is a okra plant, and this is squash, a squash plant. Um, a few little rose champions left. There's a pot of nasturtiums over there. This right here, and I had found the name of it and I forgot, but I will get the name for this plant so I know, because over by the little porch over there, there is a whole bunch of it, and I have tried to separate it. Over here, this little garden, and it's looking pretty cute. The purple cornflowers are doing good. There's a little zinnia, um, Yara, and Dusty Miller, and there is a piece back in there. I probably will move it, or either just wait till I cut the rest of this rose campion. There are a few purple ones left, and then there are a few white ones. So I'm going to deadhead these a little over here, a little zinnia in here with these cabbage. And they're not doing all that great, so we'll see, because it is getting hot. Over here, this is a squash. There are lots of blooms, but I'm still not getting squash on this one. There is a little pepper down there, and there are some that are getting ready to pop. I think this is a cucumber. There's another little pepper with a flower, and that's my little morning glory. And this gigantic plant here, I thought it was a squash, but I mean a pumpkin, but I think it's a squash. And this vine grew all up in here. And then on the very end, there was another, which I thought it was a pumpkin, but I'm thinking squash. And there are nasturtiums up in here also. A few little zinnias have popped up here. This one is leaning. Here's another tomato plant, and as you can see, there are tomatoes down there. These were potatoes, and I think there are, that looks like a potato back there. So I probably will be pulling those up soon. This is another